Hey, sixth graders, I've got a lesson again, fractions, percents, and decimals, all three, except this time we're going to be ordering them, okay? Oh, there's the bell. Okay, here, you all be here soon. So we're gonna be ordering. That means we're gonna go from least to greatest, smallest to biggest, putting them in order. Okay, so in order to do that, we're taking these numbers. I have 3%, 1/50th, 0 and 5 thousandths, and 0 and 8/10ths of a percent. 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers that I have to put in order from smallest to biggest. And you're looking at this like, oh boy, how do I do that? Just like comparing, if we turn all of these numbers into decimals, it becomes very easy to put them in order, okay? So beneath each one, I'm just gonna turn them right into decimals. So 3%, I'm gonna move it 2 to the left. So I have 0 and 3/100ths, okay? My 1/50th, well, how do I go from 50 to 100? I times by 2. So 1 times 2 is 2. Say that out loud, 2 100ths. So to write that as a decimal, it's just 0 and 2 100ths. This one's already as a decimal, right? 0 and 5 thousandths. And then my last one, 0 and 8/10ths of a percent. Remember, that's got a decimal, but it's still a percent. So we still have to go 2 to the left, which is going to leave me with an empty spot. So I'm going to have to put a 0 in there. Another 0. Hopefully you still see that. Yeah, okay. So these are my numbers. And now we're looking at this like, okay, how do we figure out which one's the smallest? The best thing I like to do is put these numbers on top of each other. So I have 0 and 3/100ths. I have 0 and 2/10ths, 0 and 5 thousandths, and 0 and 8 thousandths. Okay, they're all pretty even, right? They all have zeros. They all have zeros. And then what? A 3, a 2, a 0, and a 0. We're going from least to greatest, so which one's the smallest? The ones with zeros. So then we go to the next number, 5 or 8. Which one's smaller? The 5. So number 5, that one is going to be my number 1 spot. And then we know the next one, the 8, is going to be in my number 2 spot. That's going to be the next smallest. Then we go back to the beginning. I have zeros, zeros. I've already used these. So now what's smaller? 2 or 3? The 2. So that's going to be my 3rd number, which means that's going to be my 4th number. So that is what we're going to order them from least to greatest. So my smallest is 0 and 5 thousandths. When we put these in order for our final answer, we have to go back and use our original numbers. Okay, so 0 and 5/100ths, well, it's already a decimal. So, or thousandths, sorry, 0 and 5 thousandths is going to be my first number. What's number 2? 0 and 8 thousandths. That was originally 0 and 8/10ths of a percent. So I have to write it as a percent. What's my third number? 0 and 2/100ths, which was the 1/50th. So I'm going to write that next. And then lastly was my 0 and 3/100ths, the 3%. So I'm going to put 3% at the end. So if oh, you can't even see me. Okay, I'll come back over here. So if I'm ordering these numbers from least to greatest, right here, there's my answer. Okay? I know I went through that a little fast, but you can watch this again, and I'll post some more videos next week on how to do this a little bit more in depth. Okay?